Hello, hello, hello. Okay, you can hear me. Hey, who's here? How are you? I am tired from work, and I am not ready to be on live. Hi, Lord Deadpool. How are you? Alright, so we're gonna be doing Python. And I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Hello, Cal. Hey, everybody. I hope you're doing well. I am tired from work. You just started learning HTML? Hi, Hensky. How are you? Okay. See, I'm still trying to get used to this setup. I don't know what I'm doing. And if my audio starts cutting out, please let me know. Okay. So we're gonna do... Oh, my shoulder just popped. Okay, new... intro underscore to underscore Python underscore 9. What day is today? 22. .py. Okay. Yes. Did I not? Okay, I didn't commit that one. Sorry. Okay, let's commit yesterday's. 922. Oh, 921. Okay, so I'm just committing this for... it's saying that I don't have it defined. I am teaching beginners Python. Will it let me commit? I don't think it's gonna let me commit because I didn't, let me see, let me push this. Okay, git push. I don't think it's gonna let me because I didn't put an S, or I didn't get a token. Thank you. Okay, 1 second. Let me log in. Sorry, I'm trying to just authorize in GitHub. Okay, committed. Cool. Alright, so we're gonna get started. So this is beginners Python. And if you are a beginner and you have any questions, please let me know. How long did it take to learn Python? The fundamentals of Python, 3 months. And I have been a intermediate Python user for quite some time. Okay, and also if you rotate your phone, what's Python? It's a programming language. If you rotate your phone, then you should be able to see more of the screen. And if you can't, or if it's too small, then you can also use the purple app. Okay. I don't know what just happened, but it's fine. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with a string. So we're gonna say children's book equals, and I'm gonna say where the wild things are. You know, a Labubu kind of looks like the monsters from Where the Wild Things Are. Oh, why am I using parentheses? Only use double quotes. Friend, what are we coding? We're doing basic Python, like we always do. Okay. Let's see. So we have children's book, and this is a string. This is just some kind of text, right? So it's text. And then we have num of, no, you don't have to declare any data types in Python. You can oh, I'm forgetting right now, but you don't have to declare data types in, okay, typing, yeah. Is that an Appa plushie? Yes, it is. This is Appa. So what code editor am I using? I'm using PyCharm. Yes. Okay. So num of books, and then we're gonna say 52. And yep. Why do people ask me how fast I type? Okay. Let's see. Number of books 52. So this is just gonna be an int or a whole number. And then let's do cost. I don't know. Can you can you create a software search engineer? What? Software search engine? What? No. I don't know what you're asking me. Okay, so let's just say cost equals 9.99, and this is just a floating point number. Floating point number, and it's called a float. Is my brother Edwin? Are you trying to say that I look like somebody from Twilight? Am I good at Discord bots? What are these questions today? Okay, so let's move on to, if anybody has any questions about these, let me know, and I'm gonna keep going. So I have list, tuples, and sets. Okay, so list, let's go ahead and do flowers. Can I have some help in the chat? We're gonna use the square brackets, and we're just gonna use strings, but you can use other data types or data structures in the list in Python. No, I'm not good at making Discord bots. I haven't made one before. That's what we're doing right now. We're doing Python, so that's a little bit less scary. Can anybody help me with giving me some names of flowers, please? So we say Daisy is one. Is Gerber? I mean, that's technically Daisy, but lilies, rose, sunflower. Thank you. Lilies, or lily, rose, sunflower, tulips, hibiscus. Thank you. Okay, we're all good. Why would we use a dictionary? You could use a dictionary. Do you have to be proficient in typing to be good at coding? No. Okay, so this is flowers. This is a list, right? So what about lists? Lists are ordered, indexable, mutable, and they allow duplicates. So we could do something like print flowers. And what happens when we print flowers? It'll print to the command line and it'll show us all the elements in the list. And notice how it's actually in the same format, so it's using square brackets. This is how we know that this is a list and not like a tuple or a set. This is a Keychron keyboard. Make it only print one flower. You can do that. So if you wanted to print the first flower in the list, you would just use square brackets to say, I want to get the value at this index. And index starts with 0 in Python. So Python has 0 or uses 0 indexing. So instead of going 1, 2, 3, blah, 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 we do 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if we want to print the first element, then we're going to do flowers at 0. I'm not using a Mac, but you can use a Mac for work. It's not the only type of computer that you could do this on. I'm currently using a Windows. Alright, so we print this out and it prints Daisy. We could also add to the list, so we could do flowers.append. What were some of the other... Do I have a YouTube? I do have a YouTube. Hi Chris, we're doing Python right now. Thank you, Andrea. Yo hablo poquito español, pero yo entiendo. What about making it pick a random flower each time? You could do that too. How can you print the list on a single line? So in this case, I'm just doing print and I'm giving the variable name and I'm saying variables. Variables is the name that holds this list, right? So then I would just say print flowers and then it'll print the whole list. You do this every day? No, not right now. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you, Andrea. Thank you, John. I don't know who Messer is. You're tired of coding, Jojo. Maybe you need to take a break. If you don't want to code, it's okay. I think that a lot of coding is in English. I know that there was somebody that I met in Japan and she had like studied computer science and coding, but then it was a little bit difficult for her because it was in English. So I think it's common for programming to be in English. And I know somebody else is doing lives in Spanish, and when they're doing lives, they basically told me that like you're still coding in English. Do I do this for a living? I am a software engineer for a living, and I do live streams on TikTok for fun. Append means add. Yes, it does. Thank you for answering that question. And if I miss anything in the chat, please feel free to answer for me. Aw, Andrea, I'm sorry. I do feel like if you don't have like other people, like community in coding, it's harder to stick with it. Especially if you feel like isolated or you feel like you're behind. I don't know whether they're teaching Python in college. I'm not in college right now. Yes, I would say it was difficult to become a software engineer. You said you started on Python and you moved to VS Code. Do you mean you started on PyCharm and you moved to VS Code? How long before you're comfortable scripting in Python? That depends on what your problems are, because if you're doing the same problems every time, then you'll probably get better at it in 3 months. Okay, I'm gonna keep going because I want to get through this stuff, and then I'm not a cybersecurity person, so I can't give advice about cybersecurity, but you can check out roadmaps.sh. A Python dictionary? Do you mean like documentation? So if you want to look at docs, that's just going to be like python.org, or let's look up Python docs. I'm a software engineer and I work in QA testing and automation. So these are the docs, right? And then you could use tutorials, you could use the reference for syntax. Let's see, documentation. Like, see, if you go through this documentation, then you can learn a lot of Python. You can go to school and do junior tech job at the same time if you want to. It is hard, but you can do it. No, I don't use Python at my job. I use Java. The Python docs are free. Okay, I'm gonna keep going because we need to get through this and then go on to the next thing. So I'm gonna say we're gonna append Gerber, and then when we print flowers, then we'll see how it changes. And now it shows us Gerber right at the end, or we can remove something. We could do flowers.remove, and we could remove rows like it suggests, and then we can print flowers again, and then we'll see what happens. Append tulip next. So you see here, rose is no longer in the list because we removed it. We could try appending tulips again. this will work because, let's see, tulips.append. Oh, I need to print flowers. Print flowers. Okay. What's a good website for refreshers? Just W3 Schools or Geeks for Geeks are good. I haven't done assembly, so I don't know. Somebody said reading Python docs is the worst way to learn Python. There's other ways to learn Python also, but a lot of programmers will tell you that if you want to learn a new language, you need to reference the documentation. Append only works for strings. No, if you wanted to append a int, you could also do that. So let's go. Oops, sorry. Let's try. Oh. Let's see. No, it works. Can you see that? One. So I know that I have to make more YouTube videos, but it just takes time. So I haven't worked on it yet. I've been tired from work. So maybe in November, my work will be less busy, so it'll be easier to like make YouTube videos after work. Yes, Colin, thank you for mentioning that. Okay, so we're gonna keep going. So let's do tuples. And I'm sorry if I'm not answering everybody's questions in the chat. Some questions are like there's a lot of explanation. Okay, so we have flowers. Let's do some databases that you find fun to practice writing queries. I don't really practice writing queries. I would just make a local database and then put some data in it and then practice the queries. But if it's something more extensive that you need, then let's see. Okay, you're asking about data sets specifically. So learnsql.com has a list of like data sets that you could potentially use. So they say Google Trends, data.gov, 538 Kaggle. Kaggle is like really common for finding data sets. I don't use databases unless I have to. I'm not a database engineer. You can use SQLite. Okay, I'm gonna keep going. So tuples, let's do fragrances. So need some help with fragrances. We're gonna use equals. And we're gonna do a tuple, so that uses parentheses. Can I get some fragrances in the chat, please? So jasmine is a fragrance. Any other fragrances that people suggest we can add? Let's see, peach. Yeah, peach is a fragrance. Let's see, anything else? Vanilla, thank you. We're just practicing basics of Python. Wood is another. Cedar, cool, thank you. Cherry. All right, so that's good. Thank you, everybody. Lavender, amber, thank you for your help. Okay, cool. So, tuples are ordered, indexable, mutable, and or not mutable, and allows duplicates. So I'm looking at transitioning into more development. JamF, it is live is good for questions. The problem with videos is that it takes a long time to edit. So I have done a couple videos and I posted them to YouTube, but right now I don't really have time to work on them. Yep, immutable. So mutable is like, you know how we are appending here, we're appending an element to the list. We're also removing elements from the list. We can also change elements within the list with a list specifically, right? So if we do flowers at, oh, what did that do? Flowers at 0. And we could reassign it to, what could we reassign it to? Orchid. And then we can print flowers. And then we run this. Peony, that's another one, thank you. So we changed it from daisy to orchid, right? That's mutability. And I just wanted to show you that because now when we have tuples, we are not allowed to add elements to the tuple. We're not allowed to remove elements from the tuple. And we're not allowed to change an element in place without changing the tuple to like a list and then changing it back to a tuple. But we can still get like fragrances at 0. And we print this. And we get jasmine. See? So that's just part of it being indexable, so we can get an element at a certain index. Or we can also, or, you know, because it's ordered, it'll always stay in the same order. That's what ordered means, like with tuples and indexes. Teaching. Okay, so let's do sets now. So let's do a set. What should I do for set? What's something that we can make a bunch of different, like a category that we can use? What did I just... Hi, Lisa. Thank you for the gifts. That's a lot of gifts. Thank you. What did you just do to the block of code up? Are you talking about like when I was commenting them out? Yeah, you could convert the list to the set if you want to, but that's not what we're doing. Where are you writing this code? This is an IDE. This is called PyCharm. It's an integrated development environment. It's basically a fancy text editor. Hi, Campen. If I learned Python, would I be able to build my own site? Python is not necessarily for building websites. You can use it for like the back end, like if you use like Django or Flask or Fast API. But if you want to do like a website where you're just displaying static data, then you can use HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. If you want to use something more dynamic, you could do like React, Vue. What's the other one? React, Vue, or... Why does everyone say Python is better for backend than JavaScript? I don't know. Thanks, Yin. Okay. So for a set, what can we do? Cars? Can I get some cars in the chat, please? What are some cars? And we're going to use curly braces for a set. Angular. Thank you. I think Angular is the one that I missed. Svelte, I haven't really seen. I need some cars in the chat, please. What types of cars are there? BMW? That's a model, though, or make, isn't it? Nissan, Honda. Okay, you guys are just saying. Okay. BMW. Toyota. Honda. Audi, Bugatti. Okay. All right, so this is a set. So sets are unordered. They are not indexable. Yeah, so I can't explain the compiling part of Python, but it's an interpreted language. I think that the compiled part is C Python. So there was I think Go did something about this. So let's go indexable. That means that you can get an element at a specific index. So Python, let's see Python. Let's see. Images, okay. So this is talking about the Python code, the compiler into Python bytecode, then the interpreter. Oh, you can't really see it. There, that's what this one is saying. Yeah, Python is used in machine learning. Okay, is it free to download Python? Yes, it is. I wish that I knew. Okay, let me see. Go. Python interpreted language. Oh, okay, here. Right. Is this? No, this isn't saying what I was looking for. Let's see. Yeah, it's a more, there's more technical language behind it. Okay, so where did you download it? Python.org. Is PyCharm free? The community edition is free. Actually, PyCharm now it's like the community edition and the what is it called? It's all in the same now. So you can choose to use the trial, or you can just leave it the way it is. Okay, I'm gonna keep going. So we have a set here, right? So we have cars. We can, it is mutable, so we can add BMW again, or no, we can't do that. Let's see, Audi, Bugatti, Toyota, Ford, right? Okay, and then we print cars, and this will add, oh, we already had Ford in the list? Oh, I see. That's why I accidentally printed it twice. Okay, so I run this, right? And now we have Ford in the list, but you see how the list is not in the same order? That's what it means by Python is not ordered. And then let's see, so we could do, what else can we do? We can try to add cars.add Toyota again, and then when we print cars, what's gonna happen? So sets are unordered, they're not indexable, they are mutable, but they do not allow duplicates. Allow. No, I'm using PyCharm. Is a tuple fixed? Essentially, it is fixed. After you initialize it, you aren't really able to change a tuple. Like, it's not mutable. Hi, Andres. Okay, so when we try to add Toyota again, nothing happens. And that's because it does not allow duplicates. Sets don't allow duplicates. Okay, so we have I don't know what you mean 3.0. This is a Keychron keyboard. Sorry, Andres, I only know a little bit of Spanish. You teach from scratch? I don't know what you mean by from scratch. Okay, so it does not allow duplicates, so when we try to print it again after adding Toyota, you see how there's not a second Toyota? That's just because it's not mutable. What do you mean by those aren't strings? Dirty Joker. Python for beginners? Yep. Can you sort them alphabetically? Yes, you can. So you could do... Actually, let's see. I don't think you can in a set, but you can when it's in... Yeah, I don't think that this... You can't do that in a set, but you can change the set to a list and then you can sort it. This did not return. Let me see. Oh, I know why. So you have to do like sorted underscore cars would equal sorted cars, and then actually, oh, okay. Let's see that one. Okay, so that did work. I think that this automatically changes it to a list and then it sorts it. How do you set your set to not be mutable? Sets are mutable. If you wanted to use a tuple, you could use a tuple instead. You can set the property to be unordered. Cast an orderland. So, Ghosty, I'm doing the lives at 5 p.m. on Monday and 6 p.m. on Thursday. Hi, Abracadabra. The job market is difficult. That doesn't mean that you can't do it. It's just challenging, like any field. It's just challenging in different ways. But I don't think that means that you shouldn't become a software engineer if that's what you want to do, Zarya. Why don't I make videos for Udemy? Because I'm doing this for fun and to show people Python. And on TikTok people like stop and watch and they get interested and curious about Python, but if it's on Udemy then people have to buy it, and people who are looking for Python will buy it, but they won't necessarily be people who've never seen Python. This is Intro to Python. Okay. So, oh, hey, Sakil. All right, let's see. So we can do, actually, I want to change this because it feels too bright. Oh, that's how, okay. That feels better. Hi, Misha. Okay. So we have sorted equals cars, and then this is going to sort them, or it's going to change it to a list and then sort it. So if we look at sorted, it says returns a new list containing all items from the iterable in ascending order. Okay. Radio mods for VR chat? What does that mean? Okay. Let's see. So we have a list. We have a set. We already showed that you can't add duplicates. Oh, this is the wrong file. Okay, so we have a set, and then let's do dictionaries. So for a dictionary, I'm just gonna do the one that I always like doing. So let's do star underscore signs equals, and then I'm gonna use curly braces, and then we're gonna use key value pairs. Alright, so can you list some star signs and what they would drink in the chat, please? So we have Virgo. What does a Virgo drink? I'm going to say matcha. What does a... No, I'm not following a book or program or website, but you can check out W3 Schools or learnpython.org. Or All right, so we have Virgos drink matcha, Scorpios drink lemonade. Thank you. Okay, so we have Scorpio, lemonade. I don't know what you mean by rating Python. It's just a tool. How do I type that fast? This is like IntelliSense or like the AI add-ons. Aquarius drinks milk. Okay, let me go ahead and I like this one because it's like you're stereotyping whole constellations. Like a whole group of people and you're saying they all drink strawberry, they all drink milk. Okay, let's say strawberry milk. Thanks, Abracadabra. I'm glad that you are joining. What app do you use to program? The IDE is called PyCharm. Okay, somebody said Pisces drinks coffee. Coffee. Oh, interesting, Marquitos. Alright, so Pisces drinks coffee. I don't think I have Copilot. No, I don't have Copilot installed. Unless it installed it for me. No, I don't have the Aries drinks Red Bull. So the Aries, they get... Okay. Okay, so Aries drinks Red Bull. Somebody is already drinking lemonade. Scorpios are drinking lemonade. Best place to learn in depth is reading books. I do have a lot of books. How long have I been doing Python? Okay, Capricorns drink root beer. So I started doing Python like over 10 years ago, and then I stopped somewhere in between, and then I started back up again. So like 7-ish years. Probably not just 7, but but I'm more intermediate than advanced. And like my framework knowledge is limited. Like I've been using a little bit of Django and a little bit of Fast API. Okay, didn't we already get Leo? Okay, no. Alright, so Leo pineapple juice. Okay, so no more signs. Alright, we did everything. Thank you. Okay. REST framework? Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a for loop. As an international student, I honestly don't know. I'm not an international student, so I haven't had to deal with the special circumstances that international students have to deal with. Okay, let's see. So let's go ahead and do a for loop. So for sign and drink in star underscore signs dot items. Then we are going to do a printf string, and then we're going to say we're going to use curly braces to get that variable. Then we're going to say sign likes to drink, and then we use curly braces again and we pass drink. And so now when we run this, hello LWH or LW. All right, so now when we run this, let me go ahead and comment out these other things. All right, let's run it. It says, wait, wow, so I forgot one. Okay, so it says Virgo likes to drink matcha, Scorpio likes to drink lemonade, Libra likes to drink strawberry milk, Pisces likes to drink coffee, Aries likes to drink Red Bull, and then Capricorns like to drink root beer, and Leo likes to drink pineapple juice. What key switches do you use? I have no clue. This isn't my keyboard. What is VBA? Thanks, Oop. Let's see. A username. Why add curly braces? So this is so that it tells the formatted string that we want to get these variable names. Anderson, if you want specific advice, I would suggest you message me directly. IDE is PyCharm. What is VBA again? I don't remember. Okay. A username. Why? How have you found your people? I'm happy you found your people, but what happened? Mafix. Hey. Are they similar to Java arrays? I would say Java arrays are pretty different. This is a dictionary, which is basically a hash map. Call braces curly braces. I'm gonna keep calling them curly braces, so why say curly braces instead of curly? I don't know what you're saying. When are you going to randomly populate arrays? I'm not. Oh, Visual Basic. Yeah, thanks for reminding me. Oh yeah, there's plenty of people who stream coding. Like, I'm not the only person. Matt also does. I think Daria does too. Okay. But there's a lot of different people streaming code. Yeah, exactly, Gem. That's why I say it, because I wouldn't really just call these braces, because curly braces to me is like an emphasis on the curly, because some people who might not use these characters might have a harder time understanding which ones to use. Yeah, parentheses, I just say parentheses. I don't say curly parentheses. I don't know. Okay. This is Python. Thanks, Gemif. I think you've been here before, right? I think you've hung out. Okay, so we did dictionaries. Let's do, honestly, conditional statements. I get bored. You can do data analyst if you want to. There's nothing wrong with being a data analyst. Data analysts are needed. Okay, so let's do, if anybody has a suggestion for something other than speed, because it's boring. Can you append to your dictionary? I'm forgetting. Is it, I feel like put, but is that Java? Let's see, how to add to dictionary. The not there, you're not helpful. How can you code a non-human entity for your IAM system? Are you using like, you need this for work? I'm not the person to ask. This is a Keychron keyboard. Okay, so it says update. I want to say put, but it's not put, right? Oh, it is update? Method will update the dictionary with items from a given argument if it's not. Okay, so this is saying to use update. Anybody else? See, no, okay, so yes, okay. So we could do star underscore signs at Leo, Pisces, Virgo. What's another one? There's like 7 here. Aren't there like 12? Hi, Main click. Just assign a new key. Yeah, that's what I was gonna do. Gemini, thank you. So a Gemini would equal, what would a Gemini equal? Cancer, Sagittarius, 12 zodiacs, yeah. Okay, so what would a Gemini drink? We're not giving them pineapple juice. A latte? Okay, we're gonna say chai latte. Okay, so let's try this. Oh yeah, this is just gonna be mad at me because it's saying that I can assign them all at the same time. So let's go ahead and print this. And now we have Gemini likes to drink chai latte. Where would you recommend to start someone that wants to get into this field? So I am biased because I think that degrees are good. And I think that getting a degree in computer science is, you know, a good thing to get. You don't have to, but it is fun. I like Python. Sagittarius drinks red wine. Somebody drinks scotch. Moreno. You don't code a bot, you provision one. This sounds fun. Okay, so we did that. Now let's go ahead and let's move. Do you have a degree in computer science? No, technically I have, well, I don't have a bachelor's degree. I have a master's degree in computer science. Please try my underscore dict equals new value. You mean star underscore signs equals new value? KTJ, I'm actually not a data analyst, so I'm not sure what somebody should do to be a data analyst. If you know Excel, if you know... That's just a weird thing to say, Bufo. So Excel, R, Python. Your credit card PIN is supposed to be a secret, then how does the ATM know what it is? That is a good question. I think that's a financial question. If somebody in the chat knows financial stuff. Okay. So, let's go ahead and... That is such a weird thing to say. Okay. Let's do... Every time I do a two-factor authentication token system to validate with the bank, is that like, so two-factor authentication, is that because you're using the card and the PIN number? What are you trying to do? I'm trying to give a conditional statement next, because what are new frameworks in JavaScript? I mean, React is still heavily used, Vue, Angular. Okay, Next.js. Alright, so Node.js, but Node.js has been around for a while and it's a framework. Can you get me a job? No. Like, we can only get ourselves a job, and even when we're doing that, half the time it's like, or it's like a 50% chance of an interview going well, so. Do you also teach Java? I have a video with basic Java. If I work at Best Buy, will it help me code? No. I don't, unless your intention, like, your job at Best Buy is to code. This is PyCharm. Okay, so let's do conditional statement. List or define APA as a, unless you get a computer discount. List APA as an object, or define APA as an object, list properties. Linux condition. No, I don't do C++. My view on vibe coding. I mean, it's a thing. Like, I don't have a view one way or another. It just exists. You do coding content? This is what this is. But I'm trying to think about another example for speed, because, or for conditional statement, because I usually do speed. Okay, how about this? Inventory. Between coding and programming, there's not like a huge difference. I don't know if somebody else wants to explain the difference between coding and programming. Like, coding is a skill. Coding is like, I don't know. That's a weird semantic thing. Okay, anyways, let's say like inventory, okay? So we're gonna use an int, so we're gonna say inventory equals 50. Maybe you have 50 hats. Yeah, I agree. Sakil, it's so early for you. Yeah, I agree with JamF. If you, like, don't use vibe coding until you're more experienced, because you know, it could be wrong, and if it's wrong, then you might not know how to fix it. So you can use it for smaller parts, but you have to be careful not to rely too heavily on it, otherwise you're not going to improve your skills as a software engineer or software developer coder. Does a day-to-day job look like that? What does a day-to-day job look like for a newer CS grad? It's such a broad possibility, because, you know, every workplace is different, every team is different. There's no one way that it could look like. Okay, I'm gonna keep. What up? Yeah. I better see you at Google soon. CJP, do I know you? I mean, I think you've hung out a bit, but how did you learn? What does your day-to-day job look like? What? That's weird. 3.0. Okay, anyways, we're gonna keep going. So inventory at 50. So we're gonna say if inventory is greater than 50, we're gonna say print, you need to sell more hats. Okay, and then we're gonna say, or we'll say greater than or equal to, and then we're gonna say elif inventory is greater than or equal to 30, then we could say print, you are getting low on hats. And then we could say elif inventory greater than or equal to 20, that's fine. Print, you need to purchase more hats. And then else, we're gonna say print, you don't have enough hats left. Okay. If you know how to code vibe code to speed up dev and review the code. Okay. What are we not asking the chat? Hi, Javier. Thanks for joining. Wouldn't that in turn make the source you publish more code more open source? I think you guys are having like a whole other conversation, which is fine. Basically only use it for matplotlib because I can never remember. I do not like matplot, or sorry, I was thinking about the other one. Print, yep. How is my job as a software engineer? It's a lot of meetings. Please be my close friend Emmanuel from Ghana. Okay. So, what happens when we print this right now? What happens when we run this? I was thinking MATLAB. Yeah, I don't like MATLAB. Is there a dog here? Hi, you can come in. Just go. No. Oh my goodness. Every time I do a conditional statement, somebody tells me to use switch case. Like, this is beginner stuff, okay? What makes a team member difficult to work with? I can tell you what makes a team member easy to work with. Somebody who is empathetic and, you know, considerate and gives you the requirements that you need for whatever you're working on if they are responsible for giving you requirements. Can you learn web development in a year? Probably, if you put enough time into it. Somebody who communicates well. Yeah. Let's see. 50 will trigger all conditions. What? What did you study? No. There's a reason why I'm not doing case statements yet. Oh my goodness. Okay, anyways. Alright, so if I print this, it's only going to, if I run this, it's only going to print you need to sell more hats, because what we're looking for in a conditional statement is that it needs to, when we have a condition, it needs to solve to true. If they were all if statements, then yes, inventory equals 50 would trigger each of the print statements. That's a lot of questions, Xiaomi. Okay, ghost in the shell. I mean, I can still, like, you still need to know what a conditional statement is before you learn a match case. What's an example of things you need from the team member who's a good team member? That depends on your job. So, okay. Cool, looky rookie. Alright, so I run this, and it's gonna say you need to sell more hats. But, like JamF was saying, if you change this to if... Oh, actually, that's not gonna be an if. This is just gonna be an else if. So these three are ifs, right? So then it'll run each of these statements because they're separate conditional statements. What would you ask me to provide to you? This is such a broad question, Custom Bear. I had work today. I'm tired. Okay. So I'm gonna change this back. Now we can do match case, okay? Alright, so let's see. I don't know what CCNA is. I'm sorry, hoax. I can't help with C++. I can only provide guidance on general programming. I don't do C++ like that. I don't know the syntax for C++. Okay, so we have fragrances. What's Python like compared to C++? Python is easier. Oh, this is weird. People being weird. What do you do, Python? What about JSON? Okay. So, let's do a match case. Let's do a match case on... If we did it with star signs, then that would be... Don't you have to indent? Yeah, you do. We are indenting. Well, we're indenting the code block that's within the conditional statement. That's why we have this indent right here, this white space. And I'm using tabs instead of spaces. You could be a mod, Sakil. Jake, I think, is busy. I do prefer PyCharm. Yeah, JSON is not a language. Who was saying JSON was a language? Oh. Do I know any algorithms? I know algorithms when I'm studying for an interview. If inventory is constant at 50, why do you have 30 in the other ifs? Because this is just an example, and I can change it in the code, but if you wanted to, you could do input. What is your current inventory? Hi, Kulu. Thanks for hanging out. Okay. What are we solving? We're not solving anything in particular. We're just doing basic Python. Oh, sorry. I need to cast this. Yeah, I was doing that. I realized it afterwards because this thing was like had the squiggly lines. Okay. So if I run this, what's your current inventory? I could say 15, and it'll say you don't have enough hats left. It would do this else. Are we talking about Python is good for data structures? Okay, so for match case, are there any team members that don't have enough responsibility? So basically what happens when you work in like tech or as a software engineer, the more, or like the longer you're there, the more experience you get. Now try typing in 15 and a half. I don't know what that means. The more experience that you get, the more responsibility that you'll have, like the more ownership that you'll have ideally. So generally, like newer team members, less experienced team members are going to have less responsibility. So it's not really about like there are team members that don't have enough responsibility, because that's not up to me to decide. That's something that like management and leads decide, like how much responsibility should people have. Also, individuals can decide like how much responsibility do they want to take on, but it's not like me being like, oh, that person needs more responsibility. That's not for me to decide. Thanks, Tomek. Ooh. Okay, let's do a match case. What should we do for match case? Yeah, you could do that. I work as a software engineer, and I did not do a capstone project because I did not get a bachelor's degree in computer science. I got a master's degree in computer science. I feel like you're asking a lot of questions, Custom Bear. Thank you, Lexi. Okay, so what happens if you type a float into the input instead of an int? I think it's gonna truncate the value, so we could try it. So let's try 20.8. Oh, it gives an error. So what we could do, we would have to do like check is int kind of thing. No worries, Custom Bear. Yeah, I thought it would take out the decimal, but I guess we could do rounding maybe. Now what happens if you put if statements in the quotes? What? Any suggestions to get better at Pi? Lexi, you have to come up with. Okay, let's move on to the next thing. The numbers in quotes. What? Oh. Yeah, you could take the numbers as strings. Code every day for 2 hours. I didn't say that. You're a Java software developer. Convince you to learn Python. If you don't want to learn Python, you're not going to learn Python. You don't have to learn Python. See, okay, you could do float technically, because a float will take an int. Oh, don't freak out, Custom Bear. If you want to text me directly, you can. Like, just DM me directly, but, I don't. The problem is still that if somebody gives you a data type that doesn't work, then you won't be able to parse the information correctly. So I think that the issue is that we would have to do like inventory equals input, and then we would have to be like if inventory like is number. This is wrong. Okay, is int is or type of a. No, that's not it. Okay, 1 second. Let's look it up. Or somebody can say it in the chat if you want to. Yeah, this is a data validation issue. See, that's what somebody else said, GemF, but the problem... Oh. The problem is that you're assuming that it's gonna be a float. So if it's an int, then it'll be fine. But if it's something else, then it'll cause an error. Yeah, type of. But it's gonna be a string first. Yeah, is numeric. I think that sounds correct. Yeah, throw type of or type error. Okay, so let's just double check. How to check if string is int in Python. Oh, is digit. Thank you. So is digit. Oh, okay. This is saying just do a try except or use is digit. So if it's is digit, then it'll resolve false if it's a float. At least that's what this is saying. Is numeric. Okay, let's look at is numeric. think we're gonna move on. Yeah, okay, so is numeric half 3.14? Why is this? It's still saying it's false though. Is decimal. Is digit, but not fractions. Is numeric, including superscripts and fractions. Okay, well, it's good to know that fractions work, but the 0.14 does not work. Yeah, I agree. It is kind of weird. Okay, let's say how to check a float. Is instance. What? I guess that works. Value float. What? Is float. Oh, is an instance of a float. Interesting. Or it's saying if type is equal to float. Yeah, type. Different setup for today, yeah. How to check data type, that's just this type value. Okay, we are going to work on something else now. And any tips? You need to have a study group, like you need to make friends with your classmates, and you need to go to office hours, and you need to make sure to give yourself enough time for homework. Yeah, I didn't think that is numeric. I thought it's numeric would work, but it didn't. But see, this is why we talk to each other, and then we learn things, so it's helpful. Like, even people with more experience, like, learn in the chat. Because everybody has, like, different experience. Yeah, exactly. It could be... Okay, let me, study group. Study group, go to office hours. And then it was give yourself enough time for homework. So if I type inventory, that's gonna, shouldn't be that, it'd be a string. Type inventory. That's why I didn't want to do is type of is, or I guess print type. Okay, and then run this. Yeah, see, it says class string. So then if we did instance of, oh, is instance, sorry, is instance, and then we would say like float. Okay, then we could say run this, and then 5.5. Let's see, what did it say? It says is instance float. Oh yeah, that's why. Yeah, that doesn't work either. So I guess we would just have to do a try, except you'll float too. Take the input and convert it to a string. It doesn't need to be converted to a string, it's already a string. Garrett, I don't understand what that is. Is that supposed to be like a gotcha? Like, I don't get that. Still yeah, exactly. Not floats. You can use double or float for decimal. So let's go ahead and move on to the little project thingy. I have an idea. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna make a new folder. Okay. So let's see, dog sitter, or no, doggy daycare. Any NeoVim users here? 3.0 is asking. All right, so I'm gonna make a new Python file. So I'm going to, this is going to be a little bit challenging. Ow. So first we're going to go ahead, old school Vim, and we are going to do some pseudocode and we're going to plan out what we want to do. So the requirement is I want to create a scheduling app for a doggy daycare. All right, so at any given time, there will be a limit of the number of dogs at the daycare. And then, how long have I been here? An hour. So there will be a limit of the dogs at the daycare. So you can schedule a time to bring your dog for X number of hours, and you can only schedule a time with 30-minute increments, and then what else? So there's only X number of dogs that are allowed at the time. You can only schedule a time with 30-minute increments, and I think that's pretty much it. It feels basic, but I don't think it's super basic. Let's see. So, hi. So what I would do, we would need like add dog to schedule. What else do we need to do? We need to check number of dogs at a time of day. What if it could suggest open time slots? Yeah, that's why I'm like, this is like, when I was thinking about it earlier, I was like, this is gonna be a bit challenging, but it also seems kind of interesting. So, oh, thanks, Akil. I'm going to, let's see, can I even add you as a mod? Type of dog. Oh yeah, you can make like you can make, yeah, yep. So we're about to experience some pain. I don't know how long I'll be able to do this, but okay, so type of dog, yeah, create a new dog. So create a new dog customer. Hi, G Luna. Thank you. So we can create a new customer or a new dog, and then we can add the dog to the schedule. We can check the number of dogs at the time of day, and we could suggest time slots, open time slots. One of the other things that would be interesting would be like, what if two dogs don't get along? Then you would have to be like, oh, you can't be here when this dog is here. But we're not going to do that because that's going to make it more complicated. And I'm going to cry. Add store the time in a data set which closes off the allotted time. Okay. Yeah, we're going to use classes. Yep. Be careful when I see something like 30-minute increments. You don't need to use while loops to constantly check, because what we're going to do is that we're just going to block off a specific time, kind of like what Hoax Einstein suggested. So you said store time in a data set, which closes off the allocated time. So this is already a lot of things to do. I'm not sure if we'll be able to finish it today. I kind of doubt it. So what I was thinking is that if we dictionary or a list, we're gonna make classes. So we can start off with a dog class. So we could just say class dog. Yeah, we could say that. We could say name, age, self dot breed equals breed. And then let me put breed up here. Create a linked list that you can add your times and then add dogs to it. I haven't really used linked lists in actual, like, what do you call it? Like outside of League code. So understanding how linked lists are useful is a little bit difficult for me. You'll have constantly lookups for information. Pandas.dateRange. Okay. Let's see. Classes like this actually make a lot more sense. Okay. All right, so we have a dog. We have, maybe we could say class is a schedule. Maybe we could say self dot open or time slots, open time slots. What if we had like a list, or not necessarily? There's a couple different ways we could do this. Okay, so we could have a list of open time slots. We could have a list of closed time slots. Do we need like a date or a time? Maybe we need a time class. Is that ridiculous? If it's a basic website, you can use GitHub. You can use GitHub to not dates. We're just doing time right now. We're assuming that it's all on the same day. Date, time, or just time? Time. I think just time for right now, because otherwise it gets complicated. Or, yeah. Can't we just change it later? Like, we could do time first, and then we can make time make sense, and then we can change it to daytime. I know that they're, like, completely different. All in one day. GitHub and even put a VS Code. Yeah, exactly. Thanks, hoax Einstein. No, you don't need to rent a cloud, or you don't need to pay for any space in a server. You just use GitHub. Open underscore date time dot now, close date time dot now, number of dogs. Okay, so we could do, so what I'm thinking is like open time slots, closed time slots, or full time slots. And then number of dogs, it should just be total number of dogs, right? Do we have to calculate it every time? Wow, this is complicated. Like every 30 minutes you would have to decide. You would have to decide how many dogs can be accepted at that time. Wow. Okay. All of a sudden. This was a horrible idea. Okay. Need current count of dogs. But current is relative, right? Because we need them to be able to schedule the dogs. We're not just saying like right now. We're saying anytime today. And today it's like 12 a.m. So it's anytime between like 6 p.m. and 6 p.m. 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. Maybe just a dictionary employee class. But we don't have any, we're not doing employees. We could do employees, but right now we're just saying that it's staffed by robots. It's staffed by AI. We don't need employees. The dict, what would we use the dictionary for though? Like open time, close time kind of thing. Wow, I made this really complicated. Time as keys and bools as values. Whoa, that would be a huge dictionary. This is a prompt. Keys are timestamps and values are sets of dog objects. Based on how many slots you have, based on how many numbers are free. Yeah, okay. So if we, 30-minute increments. So you're saying like 6 a.m., 6:30 a.m. And I feel like that's a cheating way to do it. What does self do? It references the instance of the class itself. You have set narrow working hours, so you have less slots to work with. Init is it's the method that's used when you first create a dog class or a dog instance or an instance of the class. Reconsider starting with date, then time slots per date, and associate the dogs to the time slots. Yeah, I think that's what Jamif was saying about the creating a dictionary with a time for each 30-minute increment, and like putting each dog, like appending dogs to a list, for example, in the values, and then we could just count the number of dogs that are present in each time slot. The limit would be like 15 dogs at a time. Initializing. Talking about init isn't it initialize, not initiate? Or make it easy and only have one dog per time slot. One dog per time slot, one customer per time slot. That's funny. This doggy daycare is not going to last very long as a business. This is not a sustainable model. Why dogs? This is just, it's just an example. Maybe a list with time slots and just delete a time slot when it's taken. Yeah, so I think that Jamf gave like the best suggestion so far. I just hate it. So 30-minute increments. Okay. So we could all right. Okay, so let's create a dictionary. No, we're not using Spring Boot. We're doing Python. So let me see. Self dot. We don't need all dogs. We just need time slots equals is this correct? Okay, then we could do oh wait, this isn't in it. Okay, so let me see. So then we could do def not add time slot, we need to do create time slots. And then we would do, if you want times to be arbitrary, sounds hard. What do you mean arbitrary? Oh, you meant like being like flexible? Okay, so let's do this. Let's do oh wait, we have to do it in 30-minute increments. I guess we're gonna use 24 hours just because that's easier. 0 to 23. No, we don't need that many. We're not doing 24 hours. Fun part is making a dog class. I'd make a name tuple dog. Yeah, sometimes people are like, use a tuple instead of just instead of a class. Okay, so let's do range. Let's do 6 a.m. to 18. Oh god, I'm gonna hate this. And then for, don't hate me for this. I know you guys are not gonna be happy with me for this. Is it? It's exclusive, right? 0 to 2. So then this needs to be 19. 16 to 19. Okay, and then we go self, oh wait, that's each. Say hour and minute. 0 or 1. Okay, self, no. Oh yeah. Self dot time slots would be, could you do hour plus, can you do this? It's mad at me. Okay, let's do time. Time would be equal hour plus minute. Minute. And then we would say, or, okay, I see. Somebody's gonna get mad at me. Okay, I'm already changing it. Okay, 4-minute strings there. You're gonna have to cast the times, yeah. Yay, Harry Pikachu. That's a funny name. Okay, so let's see. F string, wait, what am I doing? Oh my goodness, okay. My brain, syntax. Oh wait, it already did it for me. Okay, F. Yes, that's what I wanted. Okay, so we do self.time slots, and then we would just do like an empty list. You can import date use from datetime. Use datetime. Okay, let me see because I'm not sure. Date use, datetime in Python. Okay. Python dates time, datetime.now. I only need time. This is dates time. Yeah, we are talking about it'll only be good for one day. Because it's complicated. Okay, datetime.now. Yeah, there's an APA. Oh, Danny, it's okay. If we agree to use minutes as our unit of time, then we can do something like this. Aw, it's okay, Danny. Yes, this is APA. It's a weighted plushie. Okay. Oh! Look at that. Okay. Oh, that makes it easier. Okay, I can do this. Let's hope for a curve. Okay, so I'm gonna import datetime. Okay, and then I'm gonna use this example where it says time equals this. And then can I just do it without giving the milliseconds, or I can just pass 0 milliseconds? Or sorry, I don't want to give seconds at all. I wish it would let you do seconds. It's another way of doing it. Oh. Well, this is complicated. Thank you, Harry Pikachu, for all the gifts. Okay. Okay, let's see. So we have. God, I made this way too complicated, but it's okay. That's why we do this, right? Okay, so let me see. We could do. Oh, I shouldn't. Time slot. Okay, so we see time equals, and then we could do hour, minute, and then we could do 0. And then it would be, oh, it would be 0 times, okay. Oh, right, minute. Okay, minute times 30. And then that would be 0. Okay, so let's just print out what we have here. So, print, oh, I didn't even, okay. Time slot would be, okay, and then we need to create self.timeslots, and then time slot equals, and just an empty list. Will I also do Java or JavaScript in the future? I did one Java YouTube, but it's like very basic Java. And then JavaScript, I'm not sure because JavaScript is not my favorite. Thank you, Aura. Just started to learn Python. Woo! Congratulations, nothing. And for nothing. You're not cooked if you want to learn Python. You can still learn Python. Okay, so we have self.timeslots and then we have time slots. So let's print out what we have so far. Let's say time slots. Do you mean by hashable like they are ordered? Because I think that dictionaries, oh yeah, dictionaries are ordered. Cool, and for nothing. I like knowing the basics of this, but watching you is satisfying. Oh, cool. Thank you for joining Disc. What did I do? Oh, because I didn't create a schedule. Whatever, it's fine. You're saying time is hashable. Okay, yeah, you're right. But it's an object, so I think it should be. Let's see. So we'll say schedule equals schedule, and then yeah. Okay, so let's try that. Okay. So we did get the correct ones, right? So this is showing the correct information. So they are hashable. So it goes up to 1830. 1830 would be 630. That's actually not what we want. I want it to be only up to 18. So let's see. 18. Oh, that's why. 630. 17, 7. Okay, cool. So I don't like how it looks though. So now you're saying that we need to check how many dogs are in each. So let's do, we need to load data now. Self dot limit equals 15 dogs, and it's 15 dogs like all day. You're scared of Python, ASAP. Doc strings? Do you mean like this does something? Like, you want me to add comments, Tyler? Okay. Is this doc strings, or is doc strings different from comments? I don't remember. Okay. Oh, you have to use the 3. Okay, got it. All right, so you said you want me to add documentation. Yep, okay. This will load all time slots with no dogs. Ooh, we could make a CLI. How you share your screen on TikTok? This is TikTok Studio on a Windows. Doc strings are comments on the line after a function or class definition. Oh, okay, so keep it inside. Okay, like this. That's good. Why you would or wouldn't do in your streams. The docs? Oh, I haven't actually done doc strings because I don't use this for work. I don't use Python for work. When you call help schedule, it uses your doc strings to make a quick instruction manual. Oh, okay, cool. Can you show preview, please? I don't know what you mean by preview. Is it that you can't see? You can add time slot that is of format. Ooh, thank you. I appreciate that because this is ugly. Okay, so we could do dot oh is of format, and then we could do, oh crap, is it like HH MM? Thank you, Sakil. Thank you for hanging out. Okay, let's try this. It's mad at me, but that's okay. Let's look up date time is of format Python. What is sheesh? Okay, ISO format string. Oh, okay. HHMM. Oh, okay. Just minutes? Yeah. I haven't really used this library yet. Okay. What? Do you see this? That's like magic. People don't understand why coding is so cool, but then I'm trying not to curse. Okay, thank you for that, JamF. I think I'm gonna have to go soon though, because I'm hungry. And I'll keep working on this another day. Okay. I look up stuff all the time, Leo. I will not be one to judge you for that. Okay, so we have our time slots. Then if we do like a CLI, then we can add a dog, right? This is ridiculous. Okay, whatever. Okay, let's do add dog. Wait, schedule? Can we do schedule? Add underscore dog or def. Add underscore dog. So this will create a new dog object. Okay, and then we're gonna do so keeps you honest. Okay, so we're gonna do add dog, and then what do? We're gonna do so we can say what is the dog's name? Question mark. And then we could say name equals, and then after it asks what's the dog's name, they could say age equals input. Can we do a formatted string in here? I think we can, right? F what is name commas age question mark. Okay, and this is how you personalize it because you want your customers to keep coming back and you get them all excited because you're like, we know your dog's name. Okay, and then we could say what is this dog's breed, and then we could say input. Okay, we could say confirm equals input. Please confirm the information provided. Right, so then we're gonna do just print out. So we could do f string, and then we could do name. Okay, print age, cool, print. Thank you. That makes it so much easier for me. And then also I want to add. I'm just gonna add a break here. Python is more friendly. Okay. Thanks, Des. Where were you when I started college? I'm right here. Actually, I wasn't on TikTok. Template strings. I need to check that out. Thank you, Leo. Okay, throw back from JavaScript, but Python is more friendly. Is this hacking? No, this is not hacking. Jam, is it okay if I add you as a mod? I know it's not like an issue or anything, but we can look up template strings real quick. I've done them in Java, but not in Python. Oh. Okay, so this... Oh, no, I see. Yeah, I see. I haven't done this. But then, how is it... Oh, I guess it's different. Wait, no, how is it different from a formatted string? Which directly produce a standard string. Template strings return a template object. This object provides access to the individual components of the string, including the static text and the interpolated parts. Okay, that's interesting. I would have to look at this more. How are you sharing your screen? TikTok Live Studio. Do I know how to hack? No, I don't. Yes, we're programming. Yeah, I'll have to look at this later because it is interesting. Like templates are helpful, but okay. So we could say name, breed, and then we could say, please confirm the information provided. And we could say YN has a different meaning now. And let's also just automatically capitalize this. So dot capitalize. Yep. Cool. So if confirm Y, then we're gonna create the dog and add it to the list of dogs. So somebody said add a list of dogs, and I thought that we didn't need it. Okay. Self dot dogs equals. So we'll do we just need to do a self dot dogs dot append right. Pythonic expressions within the quoted, but templates can't. I don't know what Mayan Wolfströms is. I don't know what you mean, Marcellus. So, Naji, that's what we're kind of doing right now. So you can think about like an example or like a project that you want to do for yourself to like practice creating projects. So in this case, I'm making a doggy daycare scheduling app. It's a quote unquote app. I'm going to be using a command line interface, so it's not like a mobile app. Addicted to F strings. So here it's saying I want to create a scheduling app for doggy daycare. At any given time, there will be a limit of the number of dogs at the daycare. It's always going to be 15. You can schedule a time to bring your dog for X number of hours. You can only schedule a time with 30-minute increments. Oh, I see. You can add a dog to the schedule. You can check the number of dogs at a time of day. You can suggest open time slots. You can create a new dog customer, and you can store in a data set, which closes off the allocated time. Are there any cybersecurity people in the chat? Yeah, so Naji, part of it is that you have to practice, right? And one way of doing it is that instead of like creating your own projects like this, you can follow a tutorial online and then incrementally like make changes. And as you make those changes, then you start to understand like why you're making certain changes. So like there's a bunch of different, you know, like so if you wanted to do a REST API with like Baldung for Java, then you could just follow this this tutorial, and then you can make changes based on what your interest is. So instead of doing foods, you could do like horses or sports or something. And then what you would do is that you would just keep checking, try to minimize multi-line comments. Instead use method or module level doc strings. Is this not a doc string? Oh, you're talking about this? This is just the this is like our outline, like kind of, it's not quite pseudocode. This is just like pseudocode. This is, we can uncomment this and we can, that's what you're saying, to do this instead. Hi. Okay. No, I don't develop apps, but this is an example where we're doing like a CLI command line interface. So we can confirm why, else, I think, if else, what would we do? I guess we could just go back to add underscore dog. And then you would have to start all over. Can you create a game? I have created games. Okay, we're gonna consider this the module level doc string for now. Well, let me see. So it's okay, Danny. All right, so we have, please confirm the information provided. We can have a yes or we can have a no. And then let's see, we could do, yeah, so if you give the wrong information and you say that's not correct, then it's just gonna have you start all over. I know that this is not the best way. What is boot.dev? Sorry. Oh yeah, don't do this. This already looks expensive. Like, don't do that. What language are you trying to learn? Like, you can just go to W3 schools and then, or you can message me directly. But Python, yeah, just go to W3 schools. And this will help you learn Python. And then you can, these are just tutorials, right? And then you walk through them, like intro, getting started, installing Python. It explains comments and stuff like that. And you can try out yourself in here. And this is like your built-in IDE. So W3 schools. Okay, so let's see, we have our breed, we can add the dog, and then create time slot. Okay, schedule, let's go ahead and create schedule time slot, or should I say like add dog to time slot. Okay, so we would do something like schedule a time slot. Oh, that's a horrible doc. It's right here. Esco. Okay. We can make this super complicated. Like, we can make this ridiculously complicated. Cool. Tyler, I'm not gonna, if people ask me this question, I'm not going to answer, but like, can I ask where you work? My module doc strings are usually like dog app to do finished doc strings. Okay, So let's go ahead. We want to have somebody select like a dog, right? This is assuming everybody has access to a dog. So we can do like print please select your dog. Actually, should we have done sets? We should have done sets here instead of lists. Like for the time slots, this should be a set instead, because that way we wouldn't have duplicate dogs. And for a specific time. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna say that that's a set instead. Okay. So please select your dog, and it's going to, let's print out all the dogs that we have. So we're gonna say for dog in self.dogs print. Actually, we're gonna enumerate this, so let's do enumerate self.dogs, and we're gonna start from 1. So we're gonna do index or option. Hi Marge, you can learn Python using W3 Schools or learnpython.org, but I don't specifically know cybersecurity because I'm not a cybersecurity person. Cool, principal architect, yeah. I told my boss I want to be an architect one day. Wait, did I tell my boss that? No, I told somebody else that. I told another manager that. Yeah. Actually, I told a couple different people that. Can we preview what we have? So... Oh, you want me to do add a dog? Yeah, I like Python better too. Why not for dog and self-dogs print dog.name? Oh yeah, we could do that. But then if we do... Crap, how do we get that? What do you like about being an architect? Because I just said it and then I was like, wait a second, why SQL? I know, I was thinking the same thing. What does self mean? It's just referencing the instance of that class, like the object. Okay, so we would do print, and this is where it gets bad. Okay, so what I need to do, oh crap. Okay, actually no, this is fine. Okay, yep, this is fine because the dogs is a list. So please select your dog, and then we would do like f string, and then we would say curly brackets option, and then dot dog's name. Okay, and then please select your dog. Please select your dog, and then that would be input actually. Can you use Python to create a business website? You can do it for the backend. The plus part is I can really visualize the code and stay pseudocode, and then someone else writes it. More involved in decisions planning in the future being an architect than the engineers are. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought it was, but I was like, after I said yes, or after I said that's what I wanted to do, then I was like, wait a second, do I even know what an architect does? But yeah, it's like planning out like solutions long term, trying to make sure that you are strategizing and not losing the company money. I don't think that it's necessarily, you don't necessarily have direct reports as an architect. It's like an individual contributor role, right? Because that's what I don't want. I don't want direct reports. Thank you. Okay, so we said input, please select your dog, and then all right, so we need a menu. I didn't put in a menu, so def display underscore menu, and so So when you have more direct reports, or when you have direct reports, then you pay more. Am I taking a specific course? No. This is just an example that I came up with earlier today. Okay, this will display the menu. What? JAMF? So are you doing like a PhD or a master's degree, or did you already graduate, or are you a professor? I don't think I actually asked. Sorry about that. Okay. Cool, Coral. I haven't used Coral. Okay, so this will display the menu. So we could do, you can have two options. One option is going to be, or maybe you can have, ooh, this is cool. Thank you. Print, welcome to doggy daycare, and then print, and then we could say, one, add a dog, and then print 2, view all time slots. Wow. Print 3. Okay, so if we have add a dog and view all time slots, is quals for your PhD? Thank you, Nas, for the mustache and hat. I'm sorry that I missed that. Master's and bachelor's in cybersecurity. Yeah, I did. My bachelor's was in biochemistry, and then my master's was in computer science. Ah, congratulations. I hope that everything goes well for you. And I'm making you a mod. Thank you. But if you don't want to be a mod, then I'll take it away. Oh, actually, it won't let me add you as a mod because you don't follow me. Shot through the heart, and you're too late. You get love abandoned. Okay. Display menu. Oh, thank you. Just guilt trip. That's how I get my followers. I just guilt trip everybody. Don't you think the menu should come before add dog function? So this is the menu. Welcome to doggy daycare. Add a dog. View all time slots. You want me to put this one first? Control X. Control V. Super easy. 1, 2. That's like the easiest code ever. No worries. But thank you for hanging out. I do need to go because I'm getting tired and I need to eat something. Okay, so we have welcome to doggy daycare. View all time slots. Add a dog. So when we select add a dog, so we can do a match case, and somebody's going to be like, why don't we do match cases? Okay, so we're going to do a match case. So let's do, did I say it right? You can do that? That's not illegal? What? No, okay. What? Okay, so let's do, if it's 1, then that means, oh, sorry, case 1. Then that means that we're going to do, the hell is a match case? It's the same as a switch case. What do you suggest when your eyes are shutting down every time you hop on a program? You get tired? Is it because like physically you're getting tired because the screen is like difficult for you? Is it because you're having like issues with focusing because you need to get glasses? I've been using glasses since I was very little. So case 1. Okay, then we're gonna do, I don't have view time slots. Okay, whatever. Case 1, pass. That's how we fix it. Case 2 is add a dog. Self.add dog. Okay. So let's do schedule dot display menu. Cool to learn, not cool to work in. It's stressful to do like anything related to cybersecurity. Tyler is making me cringe. Okay. No, don't drink monsters. That's too much caffeine. You need to drink water and you need to go exercise and take care of your health. You get sleepy eyes? Okay, so blue light glasses, that's not the same as like... Have you actually gone to an eye doctor to check on your eyes? Hi, Alexis. Thank you for being here. Go to the doctor and check on your eyes to see if you have like issues with focusing your eyes. Or, like explain to them what the problem is with like your eyes getting sleepy. Okay, so we have this, right? You need to, oh wait, I already did what I was supposed to do. Okay, let me, why do I keep printing things that I don't need to print? So you need to, make sure your room is well lit too. Yes, I agree. Because you don't want to code in like a dark room because that will bother your eyes. You have Python code that you used to buy Powerball? Powerball is in lottery, right? You can do that? Oh yeah, you need to go to the eye doctor. And then if they get you glasses, then they might get you ones for the computer screen. Hi, top class. There's a red light filter. Okay, so I'm going to run this. And then I'm going to say select an option. I want to do 1. And then it says done. Okay. What if I do 2? Add a dog. What's the dog's name? Is going to be Kara. What's the dog's age? She's 8. What's her breed? She's a husky. Cool. Please confirm the information provided, yes or no. I'm going to say no. And it's going to go back. It's going to say, what's the dog's name? It's going to say Kara. What's the dog's age? She's going to be 8. What's the breed? Husky. Okay, and now it says, do you agree with the information provided? And I say yes. And then it just ends. You're welcome, Egyptian prince. Yes, make sure to eat and drink because coding takes a lot of energy. Hi, Suitable. Okay, cool. So this is all working properly. I don't like some of the spacing. It says welcome to doggy daycare. And let's go ahead and put a break here for aesthetic purposes. And then please select an option, and then let's put a break when you get here. Why isn't this already breaking? Oh, okay, this is why, I think. So let's do N. Okay, let's try this again. So, perfect. Okay, let's go ahead and add a dog. What's the dog's name? Kara. What's Kara's age? She's 8. What's her breed? She's a husky. Okay, Kara. Oh. Let's go ahead and add another thing. Let's say print. Add a new dog to the roster. Do I do lead code? Not if I can help it. I do it sometimes, but not right now. Do you have a video or post to set up and install tools to use Python? Not right now, but I can try to make one. Moreno, just can you message me and I'll try to do that. Okay, let's see. Okay, so we go 2. What's the dog's name? Kara. How old is she? She's 8. She's a husky. Okay, 1 second, please. Okay, I know that this is not that important, but it just annoys me. Yes, and then that's it. Okay, so then now, did you do machine learning? Did you learn machine learning? Yes, I did. Okay, so Okay, so we add dog and then, oh, we just go back to display menu. That's what it is. That will work. You only know Python. No, I do not only know Python. Highly recommend UV for Python management. It makes everything so easy. Is that like the virtual environment stuff? This is Python. Can you guys see the screen okay? Because it feels weird. Pip replacement. How long have I been coding? I have been coding for 2 hours and 6 minutes. It is lagging, or was. Was it lagging, or was I just blinking? Lagging. I'm sorry. Okay, let me see. Just a very long blink. What are we working on today? System authentication. You will get to my level very quickly, Lens. Better now? Cool. What are you coding? Very long, very long blink. Okay. Alright, so we display menu, add a dog display menu. Okay, so we're gonna add a dog too. What's the dog's name? Kara. She's a husky. She's 8 years old and she's a husky. Add a new dog to the roster. Kara. 8. Yes. Wait, why didn't it print? Display menu. Oh, that's rude. Why didn't it print? What happened? Did I struggle with the concept of classes when I first started? Definitely. 2. Add a dog. You have that in your else, but... Oh, psh. Wait, what the... Why did I do that? That's weird. Okay. If no... Oh, psh. Okay, whatever. Sorry. I can code. I am software engineer. I do things. I know what I'm doing. Okay. Alright, so let me go ahead and redo this. Sorry, I'm pretty sure that this works now. Okay, 2, add dog. What's the dog's name? Kara. How old is she? She's 8. What's her breed? She's a husky. Yes. Perfect! Look at that! The magic of code. Okay. Now we need to view all time slots. For time slot. In self.time slots if time slot in self.dogs time slot. Oh, I see. If time slot in self.time slots. Okay, so this is a dictionary, right? So if crap. I'm sleepy. So we're saying this is time slots, right? And then we're saying that this time slot, we're saying each. Oh, okay, I know why. Okay, so then I go time slot dot self dot time slot dot for for times. Wait a second. Crap. Okay. Oh, wait, okay. This is why. I know why. Sorry. Dot items. Right, so that's time slot and then dogs. And then we're gonna say if length of dogs is less than self.limit, okay, then we're gonna print the time slot. So I actually want to print f. And then we're gonna say time slot, and then we're gonna do, can we do like self.limit minus dogs? And then we could do number of spaces, or we could do spaces available. Hi Alexa. So right now I'm doing Mondays at 5 p.m. and then Thursdays at 6 p.m. I don't share what company I work for on TikTok. Hi Mir. Okay, I'm gonna try to run this 6 p.m. What time zone? Oh yeah, PST, sorry. PST. Okay. So display time slots. And then it needs to ask a question, but I haven't told it to ask a question yet. Okay, view all time slots. Wait, I didn't even put it, did I? Display time slots. Copy. Where did I pass? Okay, display time slots. Self dot. Okay, so now we run, and then we go 1. Oh, okay. Oh. Dots, dogs. Why is it saying dictionary? Oh, because the dictionary, the dogs is a dictionary. Length of dogs. Length of dogs dot keys. Let's just try length of dogs. 1. Yes! Look at that. This is too long. I hate this. I would hate using a UI that gave me this. I would be like, somebody is trying to harm me by creating this UI. This is stupid. Oh, it is a good feeling to get it right, but like, I hate this. I would hate this so much. Like, this is a bad user experience. See, this is just wrong. It actually makes me angry seeing this. Like, you're telling me that I have to go like, okay, 15, 15, 15. They're, yeah, group them. Oh, that's gonna be a pain. Like, I would like to curse, but I try not to curse while I'm live streaming or on TikTok because, oh my god. Holy cannoli. So do we want good user experience, or... My god, just looking at this is making me tired. What do I want to do? I want to sleep. No, I do want to do Tkinter, but like, I used to use it, but I haven't used it in a while. Lock in. Just code. Oh goodness. I feel like at least I have a supportive chat. Wow. I hate this so much. This is making me tired. Do you see how old I've gotten in the last 2 minutes? Oh, I'm so bad at this. Okay. I feel like all of these are 15, right? So if they're all 15, then you should be able to group them together. But on the other hand, oh my goodness, that is ugly. Okay. Anyways, time slots. I don't know what premature abstraction you're talking about. What did I do? What am I doing? Holy cannoli. Oh, wait. This is such a pain. Like, you guys just got here. Like, you don't even know what the code looks like. I haven't uploaded it to GitHub. So you don't know what the code looks like. It's actually not that bad. It's not that ugly. The problem is that this is not a good user experience. I would think that basically, because they all say 15, it should say like between this time and this time there are 15 spots available. Between this time and this time there are 13 spots available. Between this time and this time there's like 10 spots available, right? So yes, okay. So if slots is greater than 0, okay, we are doing that already. If length of dogs is less than self.limit, then we're doing this. Else if, and yes, I'm long blinking right now because I'm trying to think. And I'm trying to ignore the chat. Or maybe I'm falling asleep. Okay. So, 0, length of 0. I don't need length of 0, I just need to do the number of dogs. And then for each one, if it has the same number of dogs, then we just say that that's a block. Oh yeah, that's the problem. I need to write it in assembly. That's definitely what the issue is. If I write it in assembly, then everything will make sense. Okay, yeah. Well, we did explicitly state the buckets. Just don't print F if the number hasn't changed. Oh. How was your day? I'm tired. Yeah, I am tired. Okay. So if length of dog is less than self.limit, but then we would still need the first time and the end time. So I would have to be like start underscore time. Crap. That's not right. Okay, so then we're gonna say self.time. Oh, why am I doing that? That's not right. That's only if Thank you, Pedro. $83. Yeah. Oh yeah, you're right. Okay. Yep. Yep. Okay. So if count is not equal to... Oh yeah, we don't print yet, huh? Wait a second. Oh. Wait, no. Yeah, there's an oppo. Yes, I am spending too much time reading comments, Eddie. Because I'm tired and I already had work today. And now I made this too complicated. And I have to think about it. I was like, I'm not doing interview questions, and then I made myself an interview question. Oh, hi, kitty. Okay. All right. I'm going to log off for the day because I am tired, but I appreciate all of you for hanging out. Jam F and Tyler, if you want, you can message me. As people already know, when people start saying, come here, when people start saying, like, just use Copilot instead of, yeah, he's, like, coming up now. I don't know if you can even see him. Oh, you can see his butt. Dude, I don't know why I did this to myself, but it's okay. I'm alive. I'll survive. All right. Well, careful. I'll talk to you people later. Bye bye. Thank you. Thank you. Let me see.